Sort of the trio that I usually have around pretty close. This is one I'm testing out. This was only a $29 buy. This is Crooked River Knife and Tool, or Columbia River Knife and Tool. That's what they call their guppy. It's not exactly pocket friendly. It is a little heavier. It uses a regular crescent wrench. It does have a blade. It is non-locking, so it's not my favorite, and it's just a little 420 stainless, but if you don't use it all the time, it'll stay pretty good. Locking carabiner / like bottle opener or whatnot. The neat little guy is on the bottom. It will take any 1/4 inch hex bits, and believe it or not, so we can do it one-handed here. It comes with several bits. This little guy is magnetic. It hangs on to just the metal portion of this guy here, and it is also a flashlight. So far it's pretty good. The only thing is it is a little, it's not long and skinny like regular multi-tools. It is kind of short and stubby, and especially with the little toolkit on the side. Like I said, it's not exactly pocket friendly, but you can attach it anywhere. I'm still keeping the skeleton tool on me at all times. Little fire steel. These little guys, I'll grab the other package here in a second. I'll probably put in, I bought a couple of them. One to put in the Pathfinder box, but as a Seattle company, it's called Seattle Sports. I believe that's their website. One side there is a thermometer. Underneath there is a small LED. It is a whistle, of course, and then it has a little bubble compass in it, which is actually pretty accurate. A couple other things. Going through an old winter jacket of mine, and I found this guy. Now, I've had this for quite some time. It's made by Burton, which I didn't actually realize at the time. Burton USA, and it is what they call the Emergency Pocket Survival Kit. I googled it. They're still available. It is a neat little thing. They're a little different now. Has a little fold-out paper. Obviously, the paper is good for fire starting and whatnot. Does list a ton of different signals. It goes through first aid, shelter building, the usual. It has these waterproof cards. These are not as wide as they used to be, but it goes over building solar stills, first aid, dislocations, heat strokes. It has the frontal lens for starting fires, which is very cool. It does have several readings on the side for using for map skills. And you can see it has a little button compass. Now this little guy, if you can see in the picture, is meant to just dislodge off there. It's just a little sticky guy, and it goes in the palm of your hand with a little bit of water, or if there's a pond that's not going anywhere. Now it is not waterproof. It doesn't float. It basically sits on the tension of the water and will become a compass. Neat little kit. So what do I see when I'm an REI? Of course, REI is charging $8 or so for these little guys, and so if you're looking for them, they won't be in this orange one. That's an old one. They will be in a white. They easily fit in your wallet. This has everything that one did. I didn't notice most of the information was pretty much the same. It's not terribly outdated. It does not have the little paper instructions. It is just the plastic little guys and the fire starting lens. One thing I added to it that happened to fit in there nicely is I had broken my signal mirror, and I believe this is an Adventure Medical Kit. Also makes a nice little signal mirror. We've got the protective coating on there, so it's not terribly bright. But I also wanted an actual real mirror. The one I had before was kind of a plastic material that still reflected light, but I wanted an actual mirror surface for applying camo and all that kind of good stuff. It's good to have kind of a mirror so you can self-diagnose things in your eye and all, the usuals. While I was there, of course, I couldn't help but pick up a few new toys. Dave's a big Gerber fan. This is the Gerber Artifact, and I'll turn on the light so you can actually read it. The Gerber Artifact is kind of a neat little crowbar. Used for prying, and I pried some locker doors and stuff open at work with it, and it's still straight. They do say that these top two tips will basically be a small flathead and a regular flathead screwdriver. course, it has a can opener. Can't have it without. Little Phillips on the other side, and then it has this little guy here, which takes regular X-Acto blades. So you have a nice sharp tip whenever you need, surgical start. It if you don't need it, don't use it. And did come with extra blades, but pretty easy to remove and pop out new ones. And it looked identical to X-Acto blades, so it's not like you're gonna have to dig around and find the Gerber ones. The only thing I'm thinking about doing, hopefully it won't adjust the stability of this, is it was weird that it wasn't a can opener. It does, because this is curved. It does hold a can nicely, but because this edge isn't sharp, it's blunt. So I thought about sharpening it, but I was guessing it would obviously take away from its pliability. And then I might bevel this edge back here just for striking a fire strike without having to use your X-Acto blade, of course. But I was thinking about the counting comms, their little widget pry tool, just kind of a neat little guy that'll hold up. And then I ran across this guy, and this was still only, I believe, $10. Kind of a neat little gift. After doing my other everyday carry video, I had a friend comment, how come you don't talk about your watch? And I never really thought about it. This is the Sunton Core. It's one of the newer versions. It does the altimeter, barometer. It has a compass. It's got some really nice features where you can set your declination, and it'll give you little arrows telling you you need to go back here. Now you're on course, you need to go this way, without having to mess in with the compass feature. It does have a nice feature where it has little arrows that go up and down here for the barometer, so you don't have to go to barometer mode. You can tell with a glance whether it's going up, it's going down, which is great for weather. It does use the altimeter, which uses pressure, and obviously as your barometer changes, your pressure changes, so you can be sitting in a camp and your altimeter will change a little bit. This isn't anything weird. A lot of the electronic altimeters are like that. One of the reasons I went to this guy, and REI was just a godsend for taking my old one back, was I received a Casio Pathfinder as a gift years ago, and I loved that thing. And it didn't have the bigger face, but it was very accurate, and it had the same thing, the compass, all that good stuff. Problem is the band itself, like most watch bands, the band goes inside the actual watch part on the sides here. Well, Casio's is different. Casio's band goes on the outside and the watch comes down the middle. Well, the problem with that is I couldn't even get a watch band from Casio without having to buy another $300 watch. I looked everywhere. I contacted Casio. I went through everyone and anybody I could find around that would carry them. No one carried them. So I bit the bullet. Since the first one was a gift, I thought it would be okay and I would buy another one. Well, that lasted me another 2 years. Sure enough, band broke. Because of that weird band issue, I couldn't do anything. I did buy the other one at REI. They don't carry that anymore, nor do they carry bands or are able to get bands, even through Casio. It is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. So they actually, after 2 years of having the Casio watch, credited me back the $200 I purchased that watch for. This one has just come out, and it was $300, so I had to pay the difference. But they also carry a wide variety of bands. I have not replaced that one yet. This is a nice supple rubber. They do have, bright orange bands. They have leather bands. They have nice, metal ones. But this is, I guess, considered an everyday carry because it is always with me, and it is very handy to have.